Hello everyone, welcome to Talk You to Sleep. Talk You to Sleep in this episode brought to you by no sponsor, just only me. So my voice is gonna be a bit exciting and I hope that it will sound a bit like calming because this is made for the purpose to make you guys fall asleep. I want to make an ASMR video so much and I want to buy a new microphone. It's a 7.1 USB plug to play. I really want that, but now I have to save my money for it, so still need to wait a little bit longer. Maybe just wait until the price is dropping a little bit because the mic is quite expensive compared to the microphone that I'm currently using. I have to say that the microphone I'm currently using is not that bad, but it's not the best quality that I could ever get from a microphone. So if you listen to my previous podcasts, like a lot of my podcasts, I always mention about I bought a new microphone, I bought a new microphone, a new microphone, and then I've got like several microphones. And it didn't really help me that much according to the way to record it because the diaphragm of the microphone who received the voice is not very clear comparing to a very big one. So I have this idea that I really want to buy a new one, and yeah, that's why I made this podcast. Like, it's not related. Just listen to what I'm thinking about, and hopefully after listening to this you'll feel like, oh my gosh, and I has so many things she has to talk about. I just want to fall asleep right away. Hopefully that's not too bad. Alright, so recently I bought bread from a shop, like a bakery shop, and I think it's quite not as good as the mention. I'm not gonna tell you what store it is because I don't want to discredit. Everyone has different taste, so the problem is there are some people who are going to like it and there are some people who are not going to like it. But I have to say the packaging is really, really outstanding. It's really cute. It's just okay, you went to New York and then you found a really good bakery shop, and then all the packaging are so attractive to you and you just want to buy it, and you did buy it. You did buy it. Sorry for my English. Another thing is that I haven't used my English for so long and now I make mistakes all the time. If you're the one who's just concerned about English, then I suggest that you maybe just close it or continue listening and find out how many words that I talk in a wrong grammar, or someone that I make mistakes, some sentences that I make mistakes. I think I just made one. Right? Whatever, who cares? For FYI, for your information, I just want to tell that English is not my first language. I'm trying to speak English, but I just feel I feel more comfortable using English. Because in Thai, I feel people are gonna be completely understand what I'm talking 100%, and they're trying to find my mistakes, and I feel a little bit anxious about that. But if you're a native English speaker and you hear me speak and you feel oh, this girl, she made a lot of mistakes, I don't want to listen to her, it's fine. Yeah, but at least whatever, I don't know too. Sometimes it's just I'm trying to say something but I don't know what am I going to say. Sometimes my brain just suddenly works a lot faster than my mouth and then cannot make me finish the whole sentence that I wanted to say, and then I skip to another one. So now I'm trying to make my speech a little bit slower. This is the slow version of me speaking English. Normally I don't talk at this rate. Alright, if I talk with my friends who use English, I will speak a little bit faster. More lately, a lot faster. Because I was Korean American series, and then I felt all the people are hey, what are you doing? Hey, I want to grab something to eat. Okay, so mom, you bought something for dinner? I was oh my god, the speak is so fast. Should I do that too? So I did that a while ago when I was in high school, and then I changed it back again when I was in my university, and right now I'm working. I still like change the pattern to speak because I feel like if you want to give people some details or information, you should speak pretty slow but clear. But if you want to just talk with friends, then you can go with that one, right? So if I want to make a podcast, I should make it clear so that people can understand me. But maybe not. I just don't know. Alright, so I came up with this idea and I really like it because it's just the way that I normally do. Sometimes I feel a little bit depressed or stressful because people might think like, okay, so her podcast give me nothing. I don't know why she just keep talking. Like why she keeps talking. Right? I also don't know. I'm just kidding. I just want to make a random podcast. I think the people this day, face a lot of stressful things. Maybe some people are depressed, and we don't have to be perfect all the time to make something, right? Some people may think like, okay, oh, maybe she has a script, or like, is she reading by the script? Like, why does she talk a lot? No, I don't have any script. Like, I really want you to see on my screen, like really no script. I just talk randomly, whatever I could think of. But this thing, I think like it's not that good because I make a lot of mistakes because I didn't improve my grammar or my sentences at all. But if I make a script, that's gonna be better. Like I'm gonna go check out like something I'm not gonna tell you because they're not sponsoring me. Okay, not talking about sponsoring. I don't really care because my channel is a very small channel. Just got only 68 subscribers. This is very low comparing to my another channel which I teach Thai people about English. Not really teach, but just kind of give them some directions about how to practice their English to be like, because oh my gosh, I cannot find the connection. So actually like I just give them some directions because I was the one who studied English with zero background. I was born and live in Thailand since I was born until right now. And then I went to several countries for traveling, like Japan and Taiwan, and blah blah blah, which were not English spoken country. So I think like what and how did I practice my English? So it began when I got my first English teacher when I was 14 years old. I couldn't understand any single word that he said. Oh my god. I got a very high score at the time, but I couldn't speak English at all. Oh my god. Why is that? I thought like everyone, if you can read and write properly, then you can speak properly as well. I thought it was that way. I thought it was going to turn out that way, but it wasn't. When I got my first oral exam with him, I was like, oh my god, let me like concentrate on this one. What did he say? Okay, teacher, could you please repeat that again because I couldn't catch a word. And then after the exam, I got a pretty like decent score, but after the exam, I realized that my English was so poor. Even though my score on exams were high, but my spoken English was very poor. So then I started to listen a lot of things in English. I started to read a lot, like how-tos. People are gonna go to search for how-tos at first when they got struggles with something. So I went to how to be good at English. And a lot of things, they just say something in common, which was listening. And then I was like, hey babe, I want to practice my speaking skills, but do I have to listen? Really? Why do I have to listen? Is listening gonna help me doing this one? Okay, because I want to speak, so I have to listen. But without like thinking too much about it, I did practice my listening. So I listened to 6 Minutes English from BBC Learning English for a long period of time. They say like if you can change your environment into English environment, then you're gonna be good, like good to go, right? Like you're preparing your ears to get used to the language, and you kind of noticed. I think like this. Let me think of a word. So just try to observe the way the native speakers really speak. So that's the way that I started to pick up some of the like tiny bit of the accent that is different. But if you study in Thai school and you don't have any American or like international school, like international t-shirts, that's gonna be a bit hard to pick up these. But you can stand it up by yourself by changing your environment. You just go 100% with English. If you want British English, go for it. If you want American English, go for it. If you want whatever English it is, go for it. So just change the environment, listening to music, or you just listen to podcasts. Like these days, podcasts are really popular. Back then, I also studied with podcasts. Like back then, 10 years ago. I'm so old right now, to be honest. So 10 years ago, I also got podcast. It was like Mars scientists or something. Like very, very scientists. They talk about like some planets, blue planets, Venus. What is this? How to say? Okay, I don't know how to say that. It's a bit like hard for me to recall those things, but they just randomly talk about everything in English. I just don't understand. Just one day, accidentally, after a few weeks, I suddenly catch up a word. Like they say, ha, so today is a good day. It's just like the pattern that he's been talking every day for the beginning of the podcast, like every episode. Just like everyone is going to have a pattern when they start their podcast, right? For example, like me, like, hello, this is English Talk Podcast, and you're with me, and today, what are you gonna talk about? Just like this. So I suddenly picked up, yeah, those kind of thing. I was like, wow, this really worked. So it worked for me. So I suggested to other people, okay, why don't you try that? That time, my English was still pretty bad. It's still actually the same, like not that much, but one thing that I am pretty much sure, like I was sure, is that my listening was improved. It's improved a lot comparing when I first started. So yeah, that's how it became. That's how I became like this. Alright, so this is a long story. This is just the listening part. There were so many obstacles. Yeah, back then. You have to think about, okay, back then 10 years ago, I was just a little middle school girl who just started to learn English. No one supported me. I studied in Thai school. Not many, just only a few foreign teachers that they came from America and I think like UK. But I got the American teacher. Alright, so yeah, that's how I started. And more stories going on after that. Alright, but I'm not gonna tell you because I got excited every time I talk about my experience. That's my experience, but I don't know how to keep the word, like talking straight into the one. There's still a long story, which I think I'm probably going to talk about this again in the next podcast. Hopefully, we can make a next podcast. Alright, so yeah, it's time to go to bed now. Don't sleep too late because it's gonna be bad for your health. Alright, so see you.